I'm Howard Phillips Lovecraft, and today's question comes from a young viewer who wants to know if I held the key to immortality or reincarnation, how would I use it? What would it look like? Now, as America's foremost reanimated American, I can certainly speak to the questions of death and mortality, perhaps with a bit more expertise than most. I have died. I don't recommend it. Well, let me be specific. I don't recommend dying. Death itself, well, that's more of a gray area. I view death the same way I would view Florida. I certainly would insist that anyone go there, but if you have to, you might as well make the best of it and try to enjoy yourself along the way. But as to this question of immortality, I don't know, even in my reanimated status, whether death is something I would forever want to hold at bay. What makes us human is the constant threat of death and our awareness of it, how we make the most of our lives under the shadow of death. Once you remove that shadow, once you are forced to stare into the glaring eye of eternity, well, then suddenly what makes us human changes into something else, something I'm not quite sure I'd want to see. I mean, the practical problems with immortality is just what would you do with all that time? You certainly could fill it with your various pastimes and enjoyments. I could probably spend a few thousand years catching up on all the books I've missed, but over time, even that would begin to lose its joy. We crave novelty, we crave change. Even fussy old conservatives and traditionalists like myself every now and then want to kick off and try something new. Well, after several millennia, what counts as new? And that doesn't even begin to deal with what happens to the planet around you as you live on and it begins to break down. Do I go on to survive the heat death of the universe and just float there, meaningless? No, I don't think I'd care for that at all. Now, of course, issues of reincarnation are able to deal with the whole conscious mind. It's not just you and your own thoughts that are going on forever, but just sort of an essence of yourself that's being recycled again and again. And I can certainly see the appeal in that, but I just don't know if I want to fuss around with just going on and on and on. I like life, with all of its complexities. It contains multitudes of joy and sadness, and the fact that it ends only makes it richer. So, if I had to choose some form of immortality, something to be reincarnated into, I think I'd pick one of those massive fungi that spread out over acres and acres, just lie there in the soil, occasionally producing some sort of fruiting bodies, but otherwise just letting the world do its own thing and maybe getting some real rest. As always, I'm Howard Phillips Lovecraft. Thank you.